So if you had ever any wonder, if you ever had any guesses, if you ever doubted that Sweet Baby Inc., the company Sweet Baby Inc., was the enemy of all gamers, then let me break that illusion for you and show you why this is what it is. They are that enemy of all gamers. Let me show you why. Today we're gonna be reacting to a video titled Sweet Baby Inc. Employee burn the games industry to the ground. It's quoted saying that. And yeah, so I don't know about you, but when people come around saying burn what I love to the ground, to me that's an enemy. It's like, all right, we might not get along so well, at least when it comes to that subject. So yeah, let's just get into it. It's by the YouTube channel Smash JT. As always, link to the video and link to the channel will both be in the description below, and be sure to check them out. And bro, why'd you have to be black? Why'd you have to be black? Huh? All right, let's get it.
I started realizing that discomfort, or the place where whiteness doesn't have to live, is where
the place where whiteness doesn't have to live. So now you're black and racist? But hold on, a lot of woke people like to say, you can't be racist against white people. Racism is discrimination towards anybody based off their race. And guess what? You can be racist to white people. Bitch.
some of the best stories are told.
How to get away with murder, burning the games industry to the ground.
Cool, so why am I here? We want cooler stories. You want cooler stories, or you want stories that you can put your type of favorite characters in? Because when it comes to the difference between men and women, at least when it comes to like games and stories, well, men, we like to put ourselves in the character's shoes. Women, they tend to want to put the character in their shoes. So do you want a cooler story, or do you just want a story where you can take a beloved character, like someone from like a Warhammer franchise, or someone from a, I don't know, fucking, let's go with Dragon Ball franchise, some beloved character. You want to take them and put them into your shoes and make them do all the little things that you like to do? Or is that what you mean by cooler stories? A safer world. A safer world. Burning the games industry to the ground. The enemy of all gamers, right here,
is a presentation by our good friends over at Sweet Baby Inc. And you'd think I'd be making that title up because it's so absolutely absurd that there's no way that a game consultancy company would actually do a presentation saying those words. But then again, it's Sweet Baby Inc., so are you really that surprised? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. And shout out to Kirsch, who brought this to everyone's attention. A presentation from nearly 1 year ago that discussed the Game Devs of Color Expo, talking about what Sweet Baby Inc. really does in the background to games. And this flies directly in the face of everything Kim Belair ever says publicly about how there are all these innocent people just working there, just giving some slight tips and ideas on what might be more inclusive, just to make sure people feel safe and comfortable in the games, when in reality the truth has been exposed with this presentation here, and it's unhinged.
I thought the truth has been exposed. I mean, didn't that same person, that Kim whatever, I'm pretty sure she was the one that was I already have footage. There was already footage of her going around saying that pretty much kind of okay, what she had said was that people should go into the offices of, it's like a threat, like kind of like a threat, like people should go into the offices of other game companies and be like, pretty much is like, if you don't work with us, we could tell other people how you're not being inclusive and try to get you canceled. It was something along the lines of that. So I'm pretty sure people already knew what kind of company, what kind of people the Sweet Baby Inc. people were. Like, I thought it wasn't a secret. Like, they are the enemy of all gamers.
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full exhaustive article breaking down.
Hold on, because now I want to see if I can find that that speech. Let me see.
On what might be more inclusive, just to make sure people feel safe and comfortable in the games, when in reality the truth has been some slight tips and ideas on what might be more inclusive, just to make sure people feel safe and comfortable in the games, when in reality the truth has been exposed with this presentation here, and it's unhinged.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was this speech right here.
The co-founder of Sweet.
Come on, YouTube. Come on, you can do it.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
Right.
Yeah, that's a threat. That's called a threat. She's talking about threatening them to give you what you want, or pretty much you might get canceled. Like what? So this was already a news to everybody. People knew that Sweet Baby Inc. was a trash company. It's like, I mean, if they had doubts that Sweet Baby Inc. was a trash company, this definitely showed people that Sweet Baby Inc. is a trash company. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full exhaustive article breaking down every step of this near half-hour-long presentation trying to corrupt and destroy the very video game industry that we all know and love.
How to get away with murder, subverting genre expectations.
Why'd you have to be black? Huh?
My name is Cameron Wild. And
I thought colonizing games and people's I thought doing colonization of people's areas, of people's, you know, where people are into. I thought that was a white person thing. Why'd you have to be black, huh?
And I'm a narrative designer.
No offense, white people. I know there's a lot of good ones out there.
And sensitivity reader with a company called Sweet Baby Inc., based out of so-called Montreal. These are some of my co-workers.
In a beyond shocking admission during the Game Devs of Color Expo, a crazed Sweet Baby Inc. employee by the name of Cameron Wild, and what an apt last name that is, who identifies as a non-binary, shocker, revealed a controversial and troubling agenda to, quote-unquote, burn the games industry to the ground, among many other insane thoughts.
I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, like, karma decided to hit early, and, you know, the company, that Sweet Baby Inc. company that's based in Montreal, you know, was the thing that burned to the ground. I'm not saying anyone should go out and do that. I'm not saying that. Treat people with respect. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
The video was titled, How to Get Away with Murder, Subverting Genre Expectations. And first off, what?
We specialize in narrative development, which means working with teams on everything from script writing to narrative direction, casting, to cultural consultation. And we do it with a focus on inclusion, but also on creating joy through storytelling.
No, you ruin games. Every game this company touches gets ruined, destroyed. If you want to focus on inclusion and storytelling for your type, for your group of gamers, then you should make your own game and do that yourself and see how it works out, instead of trying to invade other people's spaces and ruin their games and what they love and what they are so, you know, have had years, if not decades, of interest in playing, like a type of franchise that they've been following. Do that. Make your own shit. Oh wait, you've already didn't they already try that? Didn't, you know, these group of gamers? I'm not saying like Sweet Baby Inc. in general, but didn't these people didn't this group of people already try that with like Concord? Which, you know, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's the one that launched and then within a month died and closed all of its servers, right? And then there was what, Dustborn? Yeah, that's looking pretty bad too. Isn't that one also, you know, dead in the water? It's almost as if gamers, like the entire gaming culture, there's only like a small percentage of people who actually want that type, that inclusivity in their games. And instead of trying to make games for themselves or support their own games, they're trying to invade others and ruin the entire gaming industry as a whole. Or as this person says, you know, burn the games industry to the ground. So I guess they're trying to do that by forcing their inclusion into other game companies in which, you know, the gaming community doesn't want that inclusion, and so people don't play those games. And so yeah, I think their plan is so far going well. So unless these companies learn to say, you know, fuck off to Sweet Baby Inc., then they will continue losing money. But when that happens and those companies start to burn down, new companies will rise and be like, all right, well, you saw what happened to the other ones. We really ain't gonna fuck with Sweet Baby Inc. So fuck all the inclusion. Go back to making what people love to play, and then let's make that money, baby. Yeah, and then it's gonna thrive even harder. Because I'm not saying that, you know, people who want inclusion shouldn't play games. I'm just saying there's such a small percentage of people that want that just, they should make their own type of games, and then they should support those type of games for themselves instead of trying to invade other companies' games that other people already love. And I'm sure that people of the inclusivity community, I'm sure even some of them don't want to see all this heavy forced inclusion into other games and franchises that they've loved. But, you know, Sweet Baby Inc. is literally trying to burn the games industry into the ground by forcing their inclusion onto other games that, and of course, since the majority of the gamers don't want this inclusion, they are opting out of playing it, and then those companies are losing money and going bankrupt and falling. So hey, just wait for the rise of the new game industries, the new game companies that will come up and be like, well, we've learned from others' mistakes and are going to refuse to work with Sweet Baby Inc. And then there's companies like the company that made Black Myth Wukong. They will continue to thrive because that game sold dramatically. That game did so well, and they had zero inclusion, forced inclusion, and everything like that. So, you know, companies like that are going to thrive, and soon the ones that are trying to play along with Sweet Baby Inc. and force the inclusion, soon there's going to be this huge divide, and everybody knows that when a company announces one game, they're going to know if they're going to be playing that game, or if another company versus when another company announces that they're going to make a game, they already know if they're going to be playing that game or not. It's like, oh, this company right here, these are one of the companies that always work with inclusionary people like Sweet Baby Inc. Don't even bother giving it your time or attention, or playing the game, or even looking into the game. Don't even watch the trailers. Don't do shit about it. This company over here, oh yeah, they have never worked with Sweet Baby Inc. And they keep making banger after banger after banger. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm pre-ordering 10 copies of that shit. Let's go. So it's, you know, it's only a matter of time. It's already starting to happen, but hey, we'll wait. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Works at Sweet Baby Inc. with the made-up job title of quote-unquote narrative designer and is a sensitivity reader for Sweet Baby Inc. They've worked together on major titles like the greatly successful Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and the title that still has not made a profit, Alan Wake 2, and a game that got shut down, The Crew, Motorfest, and even God of War Ragnarok, a game that...
Bruh, I am so mad about Alan Wake 2 because I've played the other Alan Wakes. I played all the other Alan Wakes. And then when I was ready for Alan Wake 2, and then I heard like they turned the female cop black. I was like, what the fuck? Why? And then it came out. I was like, all right, well, you know, I played the other ones. I really enjoyed that. But this was before I knew that Sweet Baby Inc. existed. And then I played Alan Wake 2. I was like, this game kind of sucks. Like I really tried to have fun, and you know, while I was streaming it and everything, but the game was kind of bad. Excuse me. But now I know why it wasn't as up to par as the rest of the Alan Wake series. It's because Sweet Baby Inc. had a hand in it.
That fell flat on its face when it recently launched on PC this week. And yes, of course, I think it's a he, has a nose ring, and companies continue to employ Sweet Baby Inc. And as I go forward here, you're gonna be like, why? What is going on? Who are these people that continually hire this corporation?
Because the stories we tell each other are way more than entertainment. They're how we create, debate, and preserve our collective values and beliefs. And we can and should make better, more expansive, more representational content.
In the presentation, Wild made some bold statements about the power of storytelling, claiming that the stories told in video games serve not just as entertainment, but as a means to push debate and reshape collective values. Now, as you all know, many gamers play video games for, I know it's crazy these days to say it, but an escape from reality and just to blow off some steam and enjoy something that takes you away from reality. Not everything has to be agenda-driven narratives to push propaganda. In fact, it should never be that when it comes to video games. Facts.
And what was that one game? I can't remember the game because I didn't really play it. It wasn't really my type of game. But there was a controversy about the the alphabet community wanted the game to include like diverse flags, like gay pride flags for the characters to wear on their backs and stuff like that. But they said the company said no, because we're not putting any type of, you know, ties to the real world in that game, and we're not trying to put those type of ties into the real world, into the game. And it's like, what? And then there's this whole backlash. There was a small group of people that were angry because the company wouldn't add like alphabet community flags for the characters to wear and shit like that. And it's like, well, they don't want their politics and other bullshit in that game, so they didn't want to do it. So shout out to them. And because I agree, like with what Smash JT just said, these games are for an escape from a reality, and they should never ever have some type of political hold or an agenda to be pushed. It's not for that. People just want to play some games and blow off steam. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's why we at Sweet Baby do what we do. But we hit a wall sometimes when it's not just that creatives don't know how to tell a story well, it's that they want to tell a certain story. And
they know how to tell a story well. They just don't want to tell the story that you want them to tell.
Story that often they're unequipped to tell.
This is a little bit more than what CEO Kim Belair seems to let on when she chats about what they do and how they simply just suggest stuff. One of the slides revealed the ultimate goal, burning the games industry to the ground. It's not a vague metaphor. Wild's intent is clear here, signaling an insanely radical approach to changing the video game industry by upending the current structure and then reformatting it the way they want it to be. Now do you see why so many people out there are in stark contrast to Sweet Baby Inc. and do not want to see them attached to any games? Could I make it any more clear?
But recently I started realizing that discomfort, or the place where whiteness doesn't have to live, is where some of the best stories are told.
Racist. Bitch, you racist. The place where whiteness doesn't have to live are some of the is where some of the best stories are told. Are you fucking kidding me? For a company that's all about inclusivity or whatever, you're really trying to seclude a certain race. It doesn't seem right. It seems a little off. Seems a little. Hold on. I smell bullshit.
The talk quickly took a controversial turn when Wild emphasized their belief that the best stories in gaming are told from a place where, get this, whiteness doesn't have to live. Who talks like that? Like, seriously, who has the I wake up in the morning and just hate white people so much that I need to make it my life goal to completely remove their impact from the world every step along the way?
Sensitivity reading is also often seen as reductive and flattening. In the most frustrating cases, I know that I, a Black non-binary person, is going to be seen as someone looking to reduce quote-unquote offense, basically a buzz killer.
They claim that
reduce offense. You are an offense. You living and breathing is an offense. What you're trying to do to games is an offense. And you're a place where whiteness doesn't exist. That's where the best stories are told. That's an offense. How do you not see that? Why did you have to be Black? Fuck, man. Ruining the reputation for the rest of our community. Why'd you have to be Black?
discomfort is essential for telling stories, which, you know, honestly, on the surface, I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, their discomfort comes from a racial bias perspective where they just don't like white people, so they feel uncomfortable around them. And I think the definitions here are what matter. When you say a discomforting story or something that makes you uncomfortable could be entertaining, could be interesting, could make you want to play more, it's because it takes you out of your comfort zone and you're interested to find out why it's doing that. Not because it's bringing some sort of impact to your world and making you change dynamically how you feel about the culture and narrative of black people and white people. Like, what are we even doing here?
Personally, I think that it's the same thing we see with any non-black creator who thinks that black people are cool, but can't really examine the covetous nature of their feelings or their own role in black stories. People who...
So basically this person doesn't want to be seen as cool. Got it.
Who in life met a black person that they either wanted to follow, fuck, or befriend and never resolved it.
While
nobody wants to fuck you. Just let's be real.
Goes on to talk about a bunch of different movies and the tropes between them. He talked about Blazing Saddles and praises Mel Brooks for the comedy in that against white people, and talks about how Mel Brooks was smart for employing black people to properly make fun of white people, and that's why the film was good. But then in stark contrast to that, Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained was not good because the edginess stemmed from white supremacist patriarchal values. And Wilde argued that the film, and by extension Tarantino's work, should be critiqued out of existence. Do you notice a trend with the employees of Sweet Baby Inc. and how they talk? It's not any kind of, oh, let's meet halfway on something and have a conversation. It is a, we need to have this exterminated from reality because it's so bad, and we need to replace that with our visions, and that's the way the world should look. And as long as everyone just agrees with us, there can be no problems. We don't have to exterminate anyone else. This seems a little weird.
In good genre, the identity of your characters, specifically your heroes, has to define their challenges in the narrative, but it also has to define their triumphs. Blazing Saddles does this by allowing Sheriff Bart's unique perspective, hard won by being exactly who he is, to save the day.
Wild's radical vision for the future of the gaming industry continued as he insisted that good genres start with representation on the creative team, and that the identity of characters must define both their challenges and triumphs within the narrative. The framework that Wild is pushing is apparently essential for reshaping the industry and challenging existing power structures in storytelling, which is, well, yeah, exactly what you'd think it is. An activist infiltrating an industry, trying to take over, take power of it, and change the narrative into making people think ideologically just like they do.
As one game.
But here's the thing, like, people don't, like, change is not the problem. What people don't like is trying to be forced to change. People don't like trying to be forced to do things they don't want to do. At least that's how I feel, and I'm pretty sure that's how everybody else feels. Like I said, it's cool if you want to have inclusivity in a game, make your own shit, and then try to support your own shit and make the story good. And you might even get other people to play it, other people that's not part of that community to play that game. Who knows? But so far, y'all doing shitty at it. And the only thing you have to enable to help you cope is to invade other games and force your inclusivity in there, and then try to get other people to play the other game just because it's from a franchise that they've known, loved, and trusted for years. And so, since you can't make your own good shit, you are ruining everything for everybody else, or at least are trying to. And that's pretty much just being a sore loser, you little baby back bitch.
Game dev of color to another. The reality is that almost all of us exist and are working on problematic things with problematic people.
But I genuinely can't get over
the only problematic thing and problematic people is Sweet Baby Inc. and its employees.
That someone from Sweet Baby Inc. actually made a presentation about burning the games industry to the ground not 1 year ago today. And that kind of approach should make everyone rethink how they look at Sweet Baby Inc. Even if people might think that some YouTubers like myself are going over the top about just how bad they really are for the industry. When you see stuff like this and hear it from their own lips talking about how they want to completely revolutionize gaming, take it over, destroy what was there before, and replace it with their own values, you gotta take a step back and be like, I think you guys are going a little too far here. A little sketch. Not sure anyone should be hiring you to continue doing what you're doing.
You can tell just in the text, but it's also a fact, that Brooks worked with Black writers to make sure the jokes came at the expense of whiteness and chipped away at an absurd social hierarchy. It's deliberately and unexpectedly maybe a narrative that contributes to the liberation of people like me. It isn't respectful. It's offensive. Yeah. But it offends the right people.
Like it would be one thing.
Whoa. It offends the right people because it offends white people. That doesn't make it okay. Like, if it's offensive to anyone, that doesn't make it okay. So basically, Sweet Baby Inc., or this person, probably Sweet Baby Inc. as a whole, is saying white people bad, and everything that we do is good. And so as long as we're making the white people the villains, then that's the correct way to go. No. How would they feel if there was a game with this villain that was black, gay, or non-binary, and just had all the buzzwords you could imagine, for the alphabet community? What if that was the main villain and you killed them in the most brutal way possible? How would they feel? They'd cry about it. So that's not okay because it offends them. But as long as they're offending white people, then that's okay? No, fuck out of here. Hell nah, man.
If the games they worked on were wildly successful and rampantly selling copies everywhere, but no, the exact opposite has been happening, and studios have been closing. Real lives have been impacted negatively because of the influence from Sweet Baby Inc. They are destroying companies. They are ruining lives, all in the name of the message. And it should all be okay because we have an ultimate goal that we might lose some jobs along the way. Some people might get laid off. Some companies might close. Some crappy games might get put out there. But we don't care because we're Sweet Baby Inc. And we have a message to push and we will stop at nothing to get it out there.
And they also don't care because those people who are losing those jobs, the companies that are shutting down, a lot of them probably have white cis male employees. And so they're like, yes, we helped take down another company. And then they go on to the next one. It's like a virus that's trying to infect everybody.
Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information on this insane presentation, check out smashj2.com. I will link the full article and video.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it's like they're a virus that's trying to infect as many people and companies as they can in order to destroy them, and so that they can try to replace them with people who think the same way they do. And you know what you do with virus? You know the best way to deal with a virus? Antibiotics, sure, or fire. Fire does a pretty good job of destroying things. Fire does a pretty good job of getting rid of viruses and organisms that would like to that are looking to invade and infect and destroy healthy people and companies. I'm not saying fire is the answer. I'm just saying fire is a good thing to use in defense against viruses or things like that. Just put that out there. But anyway, this was Sweet Baby Inc. employee Burn the Games Industry to the Ground by Smash JT. Link to his video, link to his channel will both be in the description below, so be sure to check it out. And let me know what you think about how far Sweet Baby Inc. is going, and what their goals are to destroy what we know and love, and what has been working for everybody for so many years, and what everybody's been enjoying. What do you think about them trying to take what we love away from us? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, don't forget to visit Smash JT, and while you're there, don't forget to do those 3 things I like to ask you to do, and comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace and much love to you.